Thank you to the Patreon supporters of April 2022. Sarah P., a.k.a. Situational Daddy on Instagram. Elio. Sandy and Paul J. Nathan E. Jacqueline M. Matthew J. And Big Time Jim. Help support our show by going to patreon.com/whatremember and pledging a monthly amount. Thanks.
We already did one other Kurt Russell boat movie. We might as well do the other
Gotta do
one.
the boat movies, yeah.
He's got probably no other boat films.
Brad.
What?
Oh, boy,
what
Brad.
did I just do?
How can you forget
He's in Speed 2.
How can you forget the third boat movie that Kurt Russell's in? He's in Poseidon.
Escape from L.A.?
No.
Brad.
He's also an Overboard, but there's one third one that you know, but you forgot. And it has Martin Short in it.
Oh, my
And it has an eye patch.
How did I forget this movie? Let's do that one instead.
Let's do it. Can't do it. I can't do Captain Ron. Can I?
What do you mean? You've seen it too many times?
I don't know if I've seen it enough. The last time I saw it was probably 1995.
Well, let's talk about it.
That's all. It's like the premise of the show, Andy. Expert
I know
on all
a
things
little
Russell
bit more
boat.
about Overboard than I would Captain Ron.
We're going to do them both at some point.
All right. Well, it's up to you, Brad.
It is up to you. It's your call.
My name's Andrew Moldenhauer. I jumped the gun.
My name is Bradley Jones.
I'm Andrew Moldenhauer.
I'm Andy Hubert.
I was trying to start it off.
Yeah.
It was good.
And this is not a movie review podcast, but a podcast where we try to remember what happened in a movie that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. And Brad, this is what we remember about
Overboard.
Were there 2 or 3 bad guys in Home Alone? And who was that forgetful fish in Finding Nemo? Join us as we're watching films. See what we remember and what memories we kill. Let's start the show. Here we go. This is what we remember.
He's probably in a fourth one.
Is he in Perfect Storm? Come on, we gotta.
he isn't.
I don't know if he is.
No,
He is?
I don't think he is.
Backdraft on water though.
Ooh.
Backdraft 2 on water. Cruise control.
He should have been in
Backdrift?
Waterworld, but he's not.
Who's in Overboard? Andy Hubert always tells us who's in the movies.
Does he?
Yeah.
I think that's right.
true.
Yeah.
Who starts off the podcast?
Well, we got Kurt.
Yes.
Fuller.
Fuller. No.
Russo. Is that
Kurt Russo?
Russell.
Daniel
Kurt
Russo?
Rene Russo?
Daniel Russo.
Daniel LaRusso is in this
LaRusso.
movie?
Is that,
Yeah.
is that the correct Danielson.
Who's the girl? It's not Anna Faris.
I
That's
can't
the
remember.
remake. Anna Faris is the remake one.
It's
Don't
kind
say
of
that.
like someone who's important to Kurt Russell.
Ooh.
Like maybe like the most.
We're all like blackout moment. You'll have yours. Don't you laugh.
Yeah. We'll get you.
Probably like maybe the most important person to him.
His mom.
Stop it. My mom will shoot.
Stop her, my mom will shoot.
Andy, just give it to us. Stop making me suffer
Goldie
like this.
Hawn.
His literal
His wife,
literal
his
wife.
actual wife.
His real
I
wife.
could see her in my head. I was literally just like, who is
His
it?
wife in life.
Yeah.
They've been married for a long time too.
Kate Hudson, daughter.
Yeah,
And he's got there's another kid, Russell, coming up. He was
No,
in
they
a,
don't.
He was in a movie that just
Is it
came
a
out.
boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Son.
Some handsome new Russell.
Ooh.
Skirt Russell.
Ooh.
There's no one else really famous in this movie other than them.
Well, wait a second. Isn't there also a guy who's in Gilmore Girls who plays the dad in that? He was also in Richie Rich, isn't he in this? Doesn't he play the
He
actual?
does.
Don't know his name.
It's almost like this is Andy's part
That
of
guy
the podcast.
passed away a few years ago.
He did actually.
Yeah, he did.
He's a comeback. We did.
They
we had
mentioned
him
it in
Richie
the
Rich.
the new
right.
season of Gilmore Girls. They had him.
That's
bring
the
it up.
only other actor that I actually remember.
There's a guy in this that is Kurt Russell's friend that's in a lot of episodes of Home Improvement. That's going to help nobody out there. Nobody's
Unless
gonna
you've seen
understand what
a
I'm
ton of
saying.
episodes of Home
He's
Improvement.
got a really bad mustache and beard. But, you know. Maybe one
Black
of the kids
hair?
became famous. It's like a mullet. We got a mullet.
He's
only in it
he's
for a
one of the
little bit.
handy store like hangout guys.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Wow.
Probably. He was in a lot of episodes of Home Improvement.
Hey, he's got a black mustache, right? Mm-hmm. I know. I can picture him right now. I just don't know his name.
Nobody does.
Yep.
He's right here, though. In the photo.
Yeah. Zooming around. You gotta make it hard for Brad.
That's actually pretty easy to do. That one's not bad.
Look, it's still going.
So what is Kurt Russell?
What is he?
Yeah.
Isn't he like he's a handyman or
Yeah,
mechanic?
he's a
or-
carpenter.
Carpenter?
Carpenter. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Goldie Hawn's like ultra rich.
Yeah, she's like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, rich.
And so is her husband. They're on a yacht, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah.
Is it open on the yacht?
Mostly.
What do you mean?
It's got parts of in and out. It's very big.
Yeah,
Kurt,
it's
Kurt
like,
Russell is, or
Is he working on the yacht, Kurt
yes.
Russell?
Well, he wraps up his work and is leaving or something. She falls off the boat, or does
Yeah.
she jump off the boat?
she falls off.
Falls off the boat.
So he goes over there.
She falls overboard.
She does fall over.
That's true.
Credits.
I think we get a little bit of what Kurt Russell's life is like in the beginning. He's got
3 boys.
He's got a lot of boys. He lives in like a dingy house that's like falling apart at the seams.
And I think they're in
He
the
has no
woods,
money.
too. He lives in the woods. His
Yeah.
house is kind of like a junkyard in the front lawn.
Yep. And he's got a job to
He's
go
totally fine with it.
help Goldie Hawn build a shoe closet in her boat.
Yes.
And she has these like
She
very specific
is
plans.
a jerk.
She's not a nice person.
She's terrible.
So she lays out these plans for Kurt Russell to do. And Kurt Russell, he's on the boat like drinking lemonade and stuff too. Goldie Hawn is wearing the thong of all thong swimsuits.
Well, they do
Classic.
that for one reason, but another reason.
Show off her bum.
Right.
Make her look literal uptight.
But there is another purpose. She has a birthmark on her butt.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
becomes important in the movie.
Yes, you're
Because
right.
that's how he identifies
identifies
her,
her by the
as his
birthmark.
wife. He's like, of course she's my wife. She has a birthmark on her butt. Only I would know that. Mm-hmm. And so then, like, this is a couple minutes later, but when she does fall overboard, I don't know how she gets to the hospital.
She gets picked up by helicopters in the lake or whatever. So some people find her.
But I also thought that her husband just kind of didn't care that she fell overboard.
Yep, that happens.
Pretty sure that's the truth.
Because the husband hates her too.
Yes.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
the husband...
That's why That's why for the longest time he doesn't come find her.
I thought he like left before she hurt herself, and he just like couldn't be bothered to check in.
No.
Wasn't it? Oh,
I don't know if maybe he even sees her go overboard or not. I don't fully know. But he doesn't like her.
tried to murder her.
Well, the only reason he goes back to try to pick her up at the end is because their parents threaten him with holding money.
Yes.
So he's like, oh, I don't have my wife. I
He's
gotta
not
go
even
pick up the
he's
money.
not even the rich
She's
one.
the rich
He's not
one.
even
Yes,
the
you're right.
She's the
And
rich one.
he needs her to continue their lifestyle. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, I see. So her parents are the rich one then, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
And Kurt Russell builds a sweet closet. It has like a crank on it that like opens in different segments. And because it's like made of cedar, she doesn't like cedar. It smells bad.
It smells delicious.
And
She's
Kurt
an
Russell's
idiot.
like, I wanted to use the wood you use, but it's not going to work because you're in the water. I did it this way. And then she wants it torn out, and she refuses to pay him. She literally like throws his tools off
Yes.
the boat and like shoves him off the boat. She's so mad at him.
Job was not done to my satisfaction.
Oh, I got news for you, lady. No job will ever be done to your satisfaction.
Well, that's quite enough. Now just get out.
Hey, no problem. Just pay me the $600 you owe me and I'm gone.
Captain Carl, start up the engine.
Oh, for crying out. You know what your problem is, huh? You're so goddamn bored you gotta invent things to bitch about. You haven't got a single thing on this earth to do except for your hair. Yeah, your closet was fine. You just needed something to take up your useless, empty, nail polishing, toe polishing, rich bitch sun tanning days.
Don't touch me.
What? Hey, lady. I may be hard up, but I am definitely not that hard up, and I'm not going anywhere. Hey! Damn you! Man overboard! I'll get you for this, you... Not my tool belt! You owe me $600!
Keep going.
As you wish. Ever get you, lady? You're dead meat. You got that? No, don't throw that!
I'm not bored. I'm quite happy. Everyone wants to be.
She's bad to Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, and I remember
There's
being
motivation for
nasty.
Kurt Russell to do the terrible thing he does.
They kind of needed to put her that way because then when she has like the concussion or whatever it is, or
Just amnesia.
she's like
Explosive
completely
amnesia.
opposite in terms of her emotions and mood.
Yes.
And later she gets drunk and like loses a diamond earring and is like looking all over the boat. No one's helping her because she's terrible. And then she just falls overboard.
Oh, so she falls over at nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even the husband doesn't even.
That's possible.
Asleep.
That's
Yeah.
good. That could be.
And the boat just keeps cruising on.
That's probably the case. He's asleep, doesn't notice, or maybe he like kind of has like he's like sleeping and then he just like opens one eye and he's just like, oh no.
I think
Go
there's
back to
even
sleep.
like a butler on the boat too. Who's like part of it. But
Gets picked up.
Kurt Russell sees it.
Brought to the
on, like, in like the
hospital.
news report.
Newspaper, you think?
Yeah, no, it's a literal like he's watching TV and it shows up.
Okay.
And he just goes to claim her essentially.
But why? I don't remember why he.
I think he was trying to get her to like replace his tools, and he was like, because I don't think they mentioned the amnesia part. I think they're just like they found her or whatever, and he's
She
like,
can't remember anything.
I need to talk to her.
Oh, that makes sense.
He goes down there, and that's when he finds out. I think
He finds out that she has amnesia.
he's like, oh,
Yeah, so she like
I can kidnap a woman.
He essentially kidnaps a woman and forces her to cook and clean for his kids. He goes out and has fun.
Pretty much.
Arguably the truth
That's
of what
the
happens
movie
next.
Overboard.
Kurt Russell, a good guy.
He put that woman in her place. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she goes home with him and like realizes that I don't think this
basically
is my life.
Makes her like the mom of the family.
Yep.
But she's essentially like an indentured servant.
But also that would mean that the three boys
Are in on it.
understand too. and
They're
are
in on it. Her Kurt Russell's friend's in on it. Everyone's in on it.
Yeah.
It's all a big con.
Do they think they can get some money out of her?
Possible. Do you know Kurt Russell's ultimate goal in the film is?
To fall in love.
To get her to pay him for building a shoe cabinet.
To own a mini golf course.
What? A mini golf course.
That's all he wants.
Like a putt-putt?
Yeah.
What?
That's
Look,
his
you know, we
dream.
all have to have our dreams, you know?
Putt-putt. Come on, dude. What?
Make that happen, Kurt.
He gets it at the end.
Of course.
Okay.
What, is he going to get consequences?
That's funny.
Not in the 80s.
Yeah, come on.
Definitely not.
Back then, this is just how you got married. Just kidnap a woman.
Yeah.
The 1880s.
Hey!
It's like the Nightengale effect all over again.
Just like kind of in reverse?
Or
Or?
yeah.
Okay.
He's the Nightingale.
He's
the Stockholm Syndrome.
Those are two different things.
Whatever.
Whatever.
They kind of
They both kind of apply
work
in a way.
together.
Yeah, kinda
They
like-
kinda
they're-
meet.
they're tandem.
Kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah.
So he goes out and parties every night, and she like doesn't think that she cooks and cleans because her hands like are really nice, and like her hair, smells good. And she's like, I don't think this is my life.
She's like, I don't
Yeah,
like.
she's
I don't
doesn't
remember liking the woods.
boys. She doesn't remember having kids.
She can't remember anything. She doesn't
There's
remember
gotta
anything
also
about her
be
life.
a thing of like, well, where are photos
That
of
comes
us and
up.
the family?
There's no photos of me anywhere.
Yep.
I think he has one photo that he like photoshopped. In the 80s.
And I
It's just
think-
cutting it
no,
out.
But
and
isn't that a point?
gluing
Like
it.
she keeps asking, like, well,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
are the photos? And he's like, oh, I gotta find them. I don't
Yeah,
know.
where's our wedding album?
Yeah.
And he has to like make something up. I think.
Well, he had a wife who I'm sure died. And like is a big bummer.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
what I think happened.
And that's sort of how they spin it with him. Is like it's sort of just he's like this sort of sad person where it's just like he just wants a wife again. I was like, yeah, he just wants someone to cook and clean.
No, he probably can't do his job either now because he doesn't have any tools.
That's true. Like I said, he wanted to get her to pay him for the job.
A lot of money would have gone his way. Maybe enough to get the golf course.
Do you think that's what he's doing? He's trying to just get some work out of her to compensate for all the tools that she threw overboard?
I think, well, because I feel like when he goes down there and talks to her, he's basically just like telling her, like, you need to pay me for the job. And she's just like, I don't even, like, he thinks she's putting on an act at first where she's like, what job are you even talking about? He's like,
That'd be
oh,
interesting
you're
that
acting
happened.
like,
I don't remember that at all.
No?
I mean,
I could
like
be making
though.
it up.
I like it. I like making it up.
And that's sort of, yeah, like
make
that's
it
sort
up.
of his motivation is, well, I'll hang on to her until she remembers and pays me.
Sure.
Well, I think too,
Maybe-
like,
yeah.
I would wonder
Maybe there's a
if,
ransom.
like, he could
or
just
something?
walk into the hospital and say, "Hey, like, I want to see her,"
Yeah,
without,
that could be.
without
maybe
them
he's
saying,
hoping
like,
there'd be
"Oh,
a
you're the
reward or
husband?"
something. Yeah, maybe.
you know, like, who are you to her? I don't really know.
Claim this woman.
what HIPAA laws were like in 1987.
My name is Dean Prophet. We've been married for 13 years.
Wait. I admit I have forgotten numerous things. But I truly, from the depths of my soul, do not remember you. Now, don't you think there'd be some spark of recognition?
We don't know.
Maybe you'll spark to this.
God, I don't believe it. He could be some stranger off the street.
Well, he seems to like you, and he's a nice guy.
He's good looking.
Thank you.
Outside of the pretend Misery movie that's happening.
Ooh, you're right about that being Misery. Ooh, we gotta talk about Misery at some point.
Okay, I
We
can
should.
see that.
That'd be really
Pretend
cool.
Misery.
What's
like
going on with
multiplicity.
the husband or whatever? Like, are people looking for her? Do they
He's
mention
like
it?
he's just gone.
for
He's
like
gone
a
from.
long
Yeah.
time.
He's like
He's hanging out with
living his
babes on
best
his boat.
life.
Truly,
Yeah.
truly.
He's honestly
is.
living his best life,
fact that-
and he has no reason to get her back.
I think that's true. I think that's the
She
reason.
is
at
the
end.
anchor on the relationship, Andy.
Ooh,
She's the
dragging
ball
him
and chain, not the anchor, but the ball and chain.
Wait, why would you not?
Well, yours is a boat reference for sure. It's a little bit of both. The old ball and chain.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just out there having a great time. There's like ladies on his
I think
boat.
they
It's high
may
tide
only,
for him, you know.
They may
He's
only
got-
show him
got
just
one. He got one, and you just washed over
high
it.
tide.
You washed right over it.
Sorry,
I'm just trying to say something.
like a rogue wave.
Ooh, rogue waves. I love rogue waves.
What were you saying?
I don't remember.
I don't care.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, I think there are a
could care.
couple.
You're right. I think you're right
just trying
about
to say
Quick
He's like-
snapshots of him just on the boat, just like sunglasses. He's got a visor on.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just sunbathing.
Yeah,
and then the
and
scene
with
cuts
babes,
back
you're
to
right.
her.
Well, and like I feel like at the end too, when he finally when he does realize he needs to actually find her because the money might get cut off, like he shows back up. Like I want to say, like she sees like either pictures of him being ridiculous while he was gone, or I don't know if she just remembers, but
She just remembers him. He pulls up,
Yeah.
and like everything comes flooding back to her at that point. But before we get to that movie,
Yes.
Goldie Hawn hates doing all this stuff. There's montage,
There
probably
are a lot of
after montage, at least one montage.
I know one of those
Possibly two.
montages is probably like a Nerf fight, I believe.
A lot of cooking and cleaning, and
and
she gets
wrecking
so
the house.
destroyed mentally and physically by these children in this house that she is just stuck in a chair and she's just saying. I
think we broke her. Doesn't one of the boys go like, I think she's broken.
All she does is sit over there and go ba 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 ba, and then Kurt Russell goes over there and just ba ba ba.
What's going on here?
Nothing. We're okay. We're fine. How about you?
No. What's wrong with her?
She's been like that for an hour now. She's getting better, though.
Better?
Yeah, she's not going.
Why'd she do that?
She destroyed the scarecrow, Tad. She ripped the sucker's head off. I like when she goes.
Hey, baby doll? What's for dinner? Okay, I'll take it from here. Go on, get upstairs.
Dad, we could trade her in for a new one.
Nah, she'll be all right. Come on, guys, move it. Feel better?
I don't belong here. I feel it.
Has to dunk her head in a bath of water
jeez.
to wake her up out of her funk.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
Poor Goldie Hawn just keeps falling in water.
Ooh. I thought there was going to be something more to that.
No, let's
You
sit
wish.
there. Let it sit for a second.
But we eventually, Goldie Hawn starts to stand up for herself and Kurt Russell, and like
He kind of
try-
backs off
Yeah.
of being ridiculous.
And there's the big turning point, big old turning point, where the children get in trouble at school, and she has to go in and bail them out. And she talks to like the teacher. Apparently, the kids were like just being real jerks, doing spitballs, nasty kid stuff. Goldie Hawn like gets mad at the kids, and then as she's looking at the kids, she realizes that they're all scratching themselves real bad, and they all have poison oak. And then Goldie Hawn just like flips out and like, what the hell are you doing? My kids are like got poison oak. You don't care about them or helping them. And she like gets them out and like she's like she's mom now.
Yeah,
she's cares about these kids' well-being without like being coerced to do it. Yeah, and from then on she's like all on board. She's no longer overboard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those kids threw her a life preserver.
If you got through this episode without turning it off, God bless you.
Yeah, seriously.
Impressive.
You are the real star.
You need to do more water theme movies. Is what we're finding.
I mean, we talked. We are doing more water.
That's true.
Wow. Welcome to episode 8 of our Watercast. Watercast.
Without a Paddle is up next.
Oh, I never saw it, but I'll talk about it.
No, don't. I don't know it either.
So Kurt Russell like starts to have some feelings for Goldie Hawn, and vice versa.
Yes,
Yep.
they start to
get on good terms.
like each other. They start to act like a partnership more than a really horrific prisoner situation.
And there's a part where like she fights back about Kurt Russell. Maybe she even grabs like a water gun or something or a hose and like sprays her down.
I'd like to say he's in a horrific prisoner situation. Because it's kind of true.
Make the best of it.
Yeah, you know.
Fall in love with your nurse.
Oh my God.
There's a part where Goldie Hawn finds a pair of panties in his truck. And then the friend takes the blame for the panties. But it was Kurt Russell who had the panties the whole time.
He kidnapped a woman and is still sleeping around town?
He's still sleeping around town.
But
he's going to bowling alleys. He's a real
floozy.
He's a real, lush.
Wow.
Ugh.
And even like the kids start to be like, we like her.
Yeah.
Like, don't be mean to her.
They start to be
like,
nice to her and like listen to her.
Yeah.
There's got to be a moment where like
they all kind of come
he's yelling and
together
like they take her side on something and he's like, what?
There's a big moment where the Kurt Russell like loses his boys to her in a situation.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I think they're even like had brushed their teeth and are like doing chores.
Yeah,
and like he comes home like, what the hell's going on?
He's
here?
like,
what's wrong with my kids?
How did you do this? Like, I've literally never been able to accomplish this.
Yeah. So she just teaches those kids some discipline.
Yeah.
Because he's just too in his own world.
He's too busy at bowling alleys.
Yeah.
He's just taking advantage of her as a babysitter.
He's not like a bad dad, but he's not a good father.
Ooh.
Also, not a good guy.
That's a statement. Not a
good guy.
Not a good guy.
Yeah, he's sort of a bad guy.
A criminal, we might say.
Yeah, I say he's a criminal.
Yeah, he's illegal.
Could press charges and go to jail for a long
Probably
time.
not going to be good.
Probably lose your kids, and that would
then you'd be a
not
real
good.
bad father.
It's actually a lot of risk doing what he's doing.
There's-
I don't know if it was.
You
really
you
got
to kind of think it through. Consider all
Didn't
the
seem to,
potential, legal issues that come up.
So,
but anyway, they're in love. They're in love. Everything's hunky dory. The house is in ship shape. This family's whipped and cracking and ready to go. And then all of a sudden, Dick Pemberbrook or whatever her husband's name is,
great name,
comes showing up in his like Lexus or like limousine. And then all of a sudden, like she's like stands outside and is like, oh, wait, what the hell's going on? And then like she starts to have these memories of like being this rich socialite, and that like now she's starting to also think about how she'd been cooking and cleaning and like wiping God knows what off the walls in this place. And it's like, I don't do that at all. I'm actually rich and awesome. I don't need to do this boring bullshit. That's not my life. And then Kurt Russell's like all sheepish, like, got me. He's like,
you didn't pay me for the cabinet.
Look over there. There's a camera. You're on candid camera.
Jamie Kennedy comes out of nowhere.
You got punked. That's Jamie Kennedy, right?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me here and making me a wife and a mother. And
Why did you do that?
why?
I know why. You're that sweaty carpenter who hates me. And these are your children, and you made me believe Oh, God. You tricked me. You used me.
And then, she leaves, and everything was really sad because the kids loved her. Even like the littlest kid, like I thought I was gonna have a mom. I didn't even know my mom. I was too little when she passed away. There's all these like heartbreaking moments that Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn have together, talking about. I think he even says maybe he has like a first wife or something like that.
Yeah, maybe he frames it.
I think she's probably obviously pissed at him at first and leaves. Mm-hmm. But then it's got to have like a comeback moment where
it was the one where like they got to get back to the boat or something. She's like, this guy sucks. I can't stand Dick Pemberbrook.
Yeah, there's a moment like
I don't
that.
think he could stand her either.
Well, it's reversed now because now she's in a lower standard than he is. So now she starts to see his faults in the way that he saw her faults in the beginning.
Aha.
Okay.
I don't want this snooty, uptight guy as my husband. I want Kurt Russell in his sweet arms and that vest thing he has that he pulls together.
And his felony charges.
That I will drop.
Truck full of panties.
That are apparently his friends.
And I think they go after her in some sort of like boat to like go get her.
They've got to jump into some boat he's working on. The guy's like, that's my boat.
I think they find out that they're like moving to Cancun or they're just like, hauling
taking her out
of here. Yeah.
So is this Pacific Northwest? Where is this? Because it is like a harbor town, obviously, because it starts with boat stuff.
Truth. And there is wilderness.
Yeah, in my head, I think it sounds Pacific Northwest.
Where was Good
Kansas.
Sun? Where was Good Sun?
Good Sun? I think that was other.
We thought it was
coast.
Washington, but it ended up being Maine.
Yeah, it ended up
something?
being Maine. I think you're right, like East Coast.
I'm going East Coast. Oh,
East Coast.
Well, West Coast because she's a socialite.
Somewhere near like Oregon,
Northern
Washington,
California,
Northern
where everything's
California.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's gotta be
East Coast
Northern
could
California.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Sure.
Because I think his house is like kind of in the woods a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You get upstate New York, they got rich people there too.
They fix up that house too. They fix up the whole thing. His life turns around.
But they're living the best life in the sun. So I don't. Somewhere.
Right,
It's somewhere.
true.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, I think it
Gotta be
takes place
somewhere
at some
nice.
location on the globe.
That's
very specific.
so true. So true.
But
Geo Hunter.
This is a movie too. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
That's specific, right?
I think this really happened though. I think they actually filmed this movie in reality.
Based on this is a
I
documentary.
think people got together and made this movie.
This is actually a
what
true
I'm
crime
saying.
film. Yeah.
Oh, is this a docuseries?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. 4-parter in like an hour and a half.
Well,
So does he get his mini golf course
at the end? So they
is it on a yacht? Like he has a floating
that's
mini
a good
golf
idea.
course?
So here's what's happening.
I want my own mini golf course on a giant, I don't know, yacht, maybe.
We're on some.
I'm not asking for much.
We're on some rough waters. Like the boats can't get far enough.
Yep.
And then Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell both jump overboard together and meet in the middle and make out in the terrible torrential ocean.
And they both lose their memories.
And there's a riptide
And the
too,
kids
and it's so sad.
have
when
no
they both
parents.
drown.
Yeah.
So sad when they both
It's real
drown because of
tragic.
that riptide.
Kids watch their father disappear beneath the waves.
And they both have pneumonia and then die. So the movie is over because you can't jump into the ocean like that for too long.
And then Jaws shows up.
Yeah.
Man.
But no,
it's like a great movie.
Yeah, they end up with another like montage. He's got his mini golf course.
like,
They're living the sweet life
to the house.
Yeah, she also has like a bunch of money, so that's good.
It's pretty convenient.
That's nice to have.
It works out for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No felony charges, and I get to marry the girl with all the money.
He gets to kidnap her
What?
and
I get the golf
keep
course
her legally.
That's a win-win.
Well, he had to make Escape from LA in like a few years, so it didn't really work out.
It's true.
That's true. Oh, jeez. That was like 9 years later, too.
Oh, boy.
It was a while later. He just came off of making Big Trouble in Little China and then made this one.
Man.
And they live happily ever after. Maybe she's even pregnant at the end of the film. I have no idea. She could have a little baby bump.
She's going to be like,
Kate Hudson's in there.
another boy.
Another boy. All right.
This will be good. This is good. I'm looking forward to this.
This movie came out when we were born, Andy.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't remember it.
So in a way, you guys went overboard when you were overborn.
Oh. On that note,
It was a water bird.
wow. I guess we're going to see what we got right and got wrong in part 2 of Overboard.
We did it on the first date.
Well, I couldn't call it a date, really. We just did it right there in the parking lot of the 7-Eleven.
I'm a slut. Nothing.
Oh. Hey, I'm a little drunk tonight, baby, so, might take me a while to get there. Oh, what? No boom boom? Hey, I understand. You probably just want to go right to sleep and skip the fun stuff, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. No boom boom.
Baby? The couch.
What?
You see, honey, the reason you got a bad back is because the bed's too soft for you, and that's why you always sleep on the living room couch.
I'm a short, fat slut.
Welcome back to the Dr. Death Podcast. We watched Overboard.
We got some things right. I was impressed.
Lots of things right.
Yeah.
A lot of little details.
Pacific Coast. We were debating.
Yes, that was true.
The oak.
Brad nailed the cedar bit. I think that was right.
Cedar.
He built them out of oak, and she's like, everyone knows cedar because of moths.
He's like, well, you can't use cedar
And I'm like,
because it's on a boat.
Get to the point, Cedar.
Get to the point. Get to the point. Cedar Point. Get to the point.
Yeah, there's no moths on the boat, but she's like concerned about moths.
I'm glad you said that.
Which part?
The Cedar Point. Get to the point, Cedar.
We mentioned that there was other help on the ship that also was sharing the misery of these horrible people. Mm-hmm. Definitely a thing. The butler was very funny.
They were cheering on when Kurt Russell let Goldie Hawn have it.
Lets her have it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
And then Goldie Hawn's doing shots with him at the end because she's a changed person.
And she explained, she's like, I'm so sorry that I was just the worst to all of you.
Yeah, that was a great scene.
It was. Okay. And I want to say up front, Goldie Hawn was fantastic in this movie. She was really good.
Yeah, she nails it.
And Kurt was pretty good.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's not as good as she is.
No.
I don't really know. I know of other Goldie Hawn movies, but this is the only one I ever think of when I think of her.
Death Becomes Her.
She's really good in that.
Yeah, I've seen a part of it. I need to go back and watch it.
Private Benjamin.
Nope.
I don't think I've seen either of those.
I know she's in
The Banger Sisters.
Nope.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
I think I've seen a different version of that movie.
How old do you think she is in this film?
43?
Be honest.
43? Wow, really? I would have guessed mid to late 30s.
42.
Okay.
Andy.
Wow. Look, I should have trusted the year guy over there. Movies and women's ages.
She was born in 1945. Wow. The war had just ended.
She stopped it.
When
she
Goldie Hawn came out.
She stopped it. Yeah. Goldie Hawn.
That's insane to me. She's looking so good.
Yeah, she looks good.
Are you kidding me?
Taking care of herself.
She does. She looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the deep V swimsuit Andy talked about in the first half. Double deep V. It's 2 deep V's on that one.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about her swimsuit.
I was. I didn't notice that she has my kid brain can't put it together, but she has that fake naked color.
Yes, she does.
To make it look like she's more naked than she is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's it's a nude color.
She got the nude color to make you
Her
think that
clothes were phenomenal. The sunglasses, I want them.
Sunglasses
with the swoop thing,
the frilly things on the side.
When we watch the movie Mannequin, Hollywood wears those glasses, and you're gonna love them.
I can't wait.
Hollywood.
Man.
Big old hats with a lemon on it. She's always got a great one-liner joke.
That was a great line. She's yelling at the butler. She's like, "Are you gonna bring me a lemon, or should I squeeze it from my hat?"
It's always a great punctuation.
So
her
good. So
to
good.
end the scene.
Oh
She's
my
so funny.
gosh. Yeah. phenomenal.
She's a jerk.
She tells that poor people
She's
to
a total
eat.
jerk.
That
Horrible
guy
one.
at the wherever she gets washed up at to eat their checkers. Eat your checkers.
And he does. I love Kurt just sitting there watching the dude play, and the guy's just like,
Yeah, he's like skipping over one, and then he eats the one he skipped over.
and I like
he
Kurt
skips
sitting there
over
just like
another.
watching, like, okay.
Were they Oreos? What were they?
They were checker pieces.
Oh my
I think he was
gosh.
just sucking at them.
It was really funny.
Wow, she's so funny.
Yeah. We debated in part one about if her husband knows she's there and leaves her or just sails on alone. But he comes and he sees her with the amnesia, and he's like,
I don't want it.
Nah, pass.
Send it back.
Checks
Which
and
resolves the
pieces
whole story at the end too.
Yes.
The fact that she finds that out.
Yeah.
That's like, she's like, okay, I'd rather go with Kurt Russell then.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm torn between two horrible people.
I guess I'll pick
Yeah,
the
so
least of
I'll pick
horrible
the
people.
this one,
least
yeah.
the two evil.
We're not sure about why he initially kidnaps her.
It seems like it's a reward, but not.
Well, he literally says,
and
to
so,
pay
and
off
it was
the
like a mix of
tools.
all the ideas we were throwing out.
Yeah.
So she does throw his tools overboard. She does refuse to pay him, and so he's part of his rationale is, oh well, like she'll pay back what she owes me in like labor.
Very specifically, that commercial that airs says that they'll give a reward to whoever claims her. That doesn't really ever come up.
No, it doesn't.
It
I
does
didn't even
have.
remember
It's like a quick thing, and like Kurt Russell and like that one guy
reward.
have the idea.
They're like, we don't want her.
Yeah.
Mystery woman is still suffering from complete but temporary amnesia.
If any of you know the identity of this woman, please come to Elk Cove Hospital immediately. I'll put up the reward myself. She's driving us crazy.
Thank you. And now back
Yo,
to
Dean.
you, Wilbur.
I understand she's not the nicest person in the world, this lady.
Look at this.
Made some remarks about my wife's hair, which I didn't care for, but in any event, there she is, and this is what she looks like. And Rose is still
That's
down
her.
there at the hospital.
Who?
So you
The
got anything
bitch!
else, honey?
Earlier today, one man arrived on the scene to make an identification, but he was disappointed.
I can't believe it. He's skipping out on her.
Woman either.
Of course he's skipping out on her. It's his shot at freedom.
Well, yeah.
Maybe we should go down to the hospital and see if we can get some of your money back.
Look, he's gone.
No, not him, her.
Time of day.
She doesn't know who she is. You think she's gonna know who I
I know
am?
it isn't much, folks, but we're just trying to keep you posted as this unusual story unfolds. Okay, so we'll go back to our movie now.
Billy, there is a God and he loves me.
You're not gonna shave your head, are you?
No.
Dean, you're not thinking
I gotta go home and talk to my kids.
Dean,
and
don't
I want
do
you
this.
to take them shopping at the Salvation Army.
Dean, it's illegal. Dean, you're crazy. You know that?
And then he's like, yeah, she's paying off the job by like cleaning the house and taking care of the kids and doing all that stuff. And then part of it is also that there's the horrible teacher at their school who's like going to call social services on Kurt Russell because his kids are out of control.
Yeah, why was she
and he's
there when he wasn't?
She was going to check in on the kids, I guess, because they're new to the area. Yeah, they had just moved to this town.
And this is a very small town because it seems like any grade of kid can just be in that class.
Right, they're all the brothers are in the same. Like, what is this? The 1800s? Like, they're in a one-room schoolhouse.
I mean, they do that in like
in the
religious
middle of
schools,
nowhere,
but-
Oregon, or I'm trying to remember what the news guy. He's the president.
Oregon.
Like, Oregon, yeah,
Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh, what was up with the news station? He was like, now over to the reporter.
There's
my
a lot
wife.
of news in this movie.
Oh no, that was really
His
good.
wife was the
They're
reporter.
like the family news station where he's
Yeah,
like, where
I think this is just a small
where the
town.
channel is my family, and it's like literally it is like
I think
his family.
That's
runs
probably
the
why
news
all
channel.
the kids are in the same class.
I think it's sort of a town thing, but
It's
Goldie
just a
Hawn calls
tiny town.
calls out that lady has a wig on.
Yeah,
He's like, this is my real hair. It's not a wig.
It's got like a bird's nest on her.
oh my gosh,
You're right about the poison ivy.
yeah, Poison
Poison
Oak.
Oak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you nailed that scene.
But she gets it. I didn't know she got it.
Yeah. I was wondering about that too. It was in my head, and then like
did
she's.
you have
I
it?
got
Wait,
it.
do you have
I
it?
got it from watching this film.
But when she was chasing them through the woods and they fall down, and I was just like, oh, better watch out for Poison Oak. And then I remember what you had said. I was like, oh, that's why I'm thinking about this. And then sure enough, that's exactly when they get it. And then I was thinking, wouldn't she have gotten it too?
And she did.
She did. This movie was paying attention to that continuity. They were like, no.
Have you ever gotten Poison Oak or Poison Ivy?
I have
never.
not. My siblings
neither.
have, but I have not.
We don't go outside at all, do we?
Not anymore.
I mean, I used to go camping all the time, but we knew what to look for and avoid it.
I'm just talking
when
about going outside.
possible.
You used to
Yep.
go outside.
If it's 3, let it be.
Well,
if it's 4,
If it's
Let it snore.
Let it snore.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
You know, these are all mottos I live by. They mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
The poor, she gets the plates glued to her poor hand.
Yeah.
Okay, this was like
that was
just
so
like
mean.
She was swinging all over the place.
The
in this
comedic
bit.
timing,
it
and
was
physical
insane
things that she's doing.
and she brings the pie on the
plates. She's also holding the hose with the plates.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
I saw
amazing.
that.
It's so funny. When I like Kurt Russell, even when she like brings him the pie and like sits there, he's like, pretty hard to serve pie with plates on your hands. Like he mentions it as she's walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
He's kind of a jerk.
oh, he's a mean man. Yeah, he is a real mean dude. Like, there's moments where he comes close to like caring and doing something nice, and then he immediately swings the other way, and it's really weird.
Would you call him a sociopath? What would you call Kurt Russell?
He seems to have struggle
don't know.
with empathy. Like he
Yeah.
does not seem to.
but he's also like very
understand what he's
charismatic
doing.
and like, you know, he's outgoing, but he doesn't understand that
manipulative.
people
He's
have like
manipulating
feelings.
the whole time.
I did like that his friend when he was like, I've got an idea, and it, like his friend is just like,
Don't do
no,
it.
this is
Don't do
illegal. Like
That's
straight
illegal.
up tells him,
Yeah.
he's like, this is a crime, and he's like, I'm doing it.
That guy was exactly who I thought you were talking about, Brad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. As
That's
soon as I
that
saw
guy.
him, I was like, yep, that's who I was
the guy.
I didn't
picturing.
take the time to look up his name.
Yeah, you got it.
That guy. That guy, guys.
Oh man.
Hector Elizondo had a cameo, uncredited. He was the garbage man in the beginning who pulled Goldie Hawn out of the water, and he was being interviewed by the lady with the bad hair.
Yep.
Hector Elizondo.
I didn't know who you're talking
Who
about,
is
and then
that?
the scene came up, and I was like, "Hey, that guy's in Monk." He's
From
the
Pretty
the
Woman.
second psychiatrist in Monk
Yeah.
after the first one dies.
Who is that guy?
You know him. He's bald.
He's
not Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
You know him. He's not Stanley Tucci.
This is part 2. We can show Andy
Yeah.
who we're talking about.
Yeah, you
here.
do it. You're almost there.
I'm already, yeah.
Although I'm going to be faster, maybe.
But you probably will.
Yeah,
well,
but
it's
it already
because
happened.
Brad doesn't have.
You know this
dark-
guy.
Oh
Is he-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's the.
Is he in Law and Order or something? Is he on a TV show?
Isn't that the doctor in Halloween?
No.
No.
Look at all these movies this guy's in. He's in
He's
every
in a
Gary
lot of
Marshall film.
movies.
Any
A lot of
movie Gary
films.
Marshall made, he is in.
Yeah.
Leviathan.
He's in like a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
I just happened to be rewatching
Hector.
Monk at the same time, so I was immediately
He was
like,
the Russian guy on
"Hey."
the boat.
So, Andy, you had mentioned outside of this show that there's a lot of ADR in this movie. I am convinced that a third of this was written during editing.
Yes.
Yep. It's a ton of ADR.
There are a lot, not just ADR, but like people looking away from camera ADR, like voiceover when you can't see their mouths. And I think there was a lot of lines added in post that like they just thought of later.
There were
and
even
threw 'em
lines
in.
not like said, but like people were talking.
Yes.
When the movie opened, I thought the sound was wrong because Kurt Russell and his buddy are like I can see their mouths moving. They're having a conversation, and then it happens later with Goldie Hawn and him under the gazebo. It's like they're talking to each other, but why can't I hear anything? I thought like my audio would screw it up. I like refreshed the page.
Oh, the sound, you could hear the sound drop out and change even just on my TV. And I know I was talking to you guys about the sound issues I was having, but I clear as day I could tell like, oh, it just changed to like a
Oh yeah.
ADR
The
line.
quality of the sound changes noticeably like throughout scenes.
And it is you're so right. It's a lot of like off-screen talking mostly.
Yep.
Like there's a scene where Kurt Russell's saying something and then he turns to his kids in their room and he's facing away from the camera and it switches to just a line they threw in there.
Yes.
It's like just like a boat shot and then like them talking and just like the boat doing its thing. Mm-hmm. Like okay, I don't
Like
get the.
cut to a wide.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What was the elephant in the room that you brought up while we were talking? Through text message. So we talk in our.
I have a hunch.
we have a text
I have a
thread
hunch. I know what it was.
talking about it.
I mean, it's obvious. You have a guy who manipulated a woman.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Brought her to his place.
Yeah, and you're
to-
saying it's like somebody we know who did something.
Yeah.
Who did something
So,
similar?
hold on.
to-
Confused. Is there a problem?
Just somebody saying.
Yeah.
Is there a problem with any of this?
No.
This all seemed very normal and
No,
fine.
it has nothing to do with anyone here. If anyone, it's you, Brad.
I'm doing it right now.
No, but he ends up, Goldie Hawn and him end up having sex together.
Okay. I want to read the actual note I wrote because I wrote this guy.
Wow, I gotta bleep that.
Yes.
What does he call sex? Bing bong bong bong.
What?
No bing bing.
But yeah. No. he genuinely does say, I think, Bing Bong in this.
He either says Bing Bing or Bong Bong or Bing Bong. When she's the first time he's trying to seduce Goldie Hawn and he's all drunk trying to get into the bed.
He's pretending to be drunk.
Oh, no Bing Bing.
Bing Bing.
No Bong Bong.
No, I think he does say
and then Goldie Hawn's like, please don't Bing
no
Bong
Bing Bong
me.
tonight.
Oh,
Don't do it.
So, no, I wrote, this guy, he decides, I need to tell her, goes in to tell her, changes his mind to, no, I'm going to sexually assault this woman. Like, that is the scene. The scene is he decides it's time to come clean. He goes home and is like, ooh, I forgot that she's really hot. Plans have changed. And it was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You went,
I mean, that's honestly it. It's, you manipulate someone to thinking that that's your husband. And then...
Yep. And that was a line he had not crossed up till that point.
Even if she decided to have sex with him, she's under false pretenses as to what this relationship is in the first place. And so that is just
oh my gosh,
completely wrong.
And the fact that he went from like completely coming clean about it to the very opposite end of that, I was just like, what has happened here? Like they suddenly go out on a date, like he puts on the charm and he's like, that's his goal. Number one, he's like, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Because the kids are also emotionally manipulative. They don't want to give her up either.
They have a much more compelling reason.
Because they're kids?
Pure reason.
Because she is actually
a mother
improving their lives dramatically.
She's teaching that one
not
kid
just
how to
that.
read.
It's not even just about being a mom. It's about like genuinely what she yells at Caruso for of being a parent. Because Caruso makes the point of like, he's like, I'm their pal, not their dad.
It feels like there were some moments where he was kind of like talking about what he and his wife, who died 3 years ago, like came to the conclusion that they weren't going to be a disciplinary parents or whatever, but then realizes like Goldie Hawn, it's actually like working.
Yeah, like one of the kids, like, I think, what do you mention in part one that one of them like can't read or something? Even called that, and she like takes the time to like teach them to read. She stands up for them with the teacher, and like genuinely is doing stuff that they just really appreciate. So like they make her life absolute terror when she first gets there, but like quickly take her side, which really upsets Russell.
Yeah. I think like she's obviously fitting a need that they all had as kids, and it's not really functioning like a house because he's like not really there.
Yep.
He's always like arriving at home. It's like most scenes.
Yeah,
he's arriving.
Now you do learn that a lot of that is
and it's like, oh, his kids have
keep
just been
saying
at home.
He's going to the bar,
it's
but
a
he's
house
actually going to work.
and not a home. It's just a house.
There you go.
That place is a mess.
Oh yeah,
it just needs a little cleaning, a little spick and span.
It doesn't have
got nice railings.
It doesn't even have some like basic things.
It's
like,
got good bones.
No, it doesn't even have a functioning faucet. The reason why she sprayed them all with the hose is because that's the sink hose. It is literally in the kitchen.
That's right.
It's literally the hose for the kitchen.
You're right. You're right.
That's how she's able to pull it so easily.
Well, and they surprise her with a washing machine as like a present, and which she really appreciates. And I was like, yeah, that's a big quality of life improvement. But
and why is Kurt Russell so like he knows that she can't do these things? He knows she's not going to make a good chicken dinner.
Yep. Well, because again, originally this
wants to like embarrass her.
Yes,
chicken dinner.
At the start, it's all out of spite. Like he genuinely just wants to hurt her, to like humiliate her.
It goes on too long.
It does. It goes on way too long. Like it's supposed to.
It goes on a month.
He should have felt like started feeling bad quick. Like when he comes home, and again, another correct prediction, or not prediction, but you knew the scene where she like has a mental break and is sitting there catatonic, and the kids are like throwing grapes at her, and like he comes in, he's like, "What'd you guys do?" and breaks her. He like almost cares, and then immediately stops caring about her. Like
dunks her in water.
Yep, dunks her in water. Immediately starts putting her to other tasks again, like treating her like garbage. And you're like, dude,
he's
like,
got a slave.
Stop.
He's basically found a
it's
slave.
Horrible.
He says that. He uses the word slave.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
It like every time you think he's finally about to start feeling bad, he does not. And it's so deliberate that he does it. I'm like, what is this proving to us? Like, what is happening in this movie? Everyone's terrible. She's good by the end. At least she had the redemption. I don't think anyone else did.
They
the
try
kids
to play it as lighthearted as possible, even though the idea of it is like is hard to wrap your head around in a way that makes like romantic sense as a romantic comedy.
Yeah. And there are some genuinely funny stuff in this movie. I was laughing. Like, it is a fun movie.
I actually enjoyed it overall,
but there was no saving this one. Like, there's no saving it. Again, like, performances were good. Goldie Hawn's fantastic. Like, the jokes were very like.
In the
liked
grand
it.
scheme of things, Goldie Hawn is not as bad a person at all.
No,
not even close.
Not
all she does is kind of like be a jerk to Kurt Russell and scam him out of $600.
Yeah, and she's mean to like
the
other staff that she's with.
That's kind of
bad.
She's. I guess it's like
she just.
I don't know.
She has her own slaves, but she's able to pay them.
She is
and
rich
so she
person
pays
bad
them to abuse them.
She's rich person bad. Her husband, however, is emotionally horrible. Like he leaves her. He like
cheats on her.
Only uses her for his money. He like makes a point of saying
he
that
cares
like,
about her
he's with
less
ladies.
than his name's Andrew as well.
Yeah,
he cares about her less than Kurt Russell does.
Yep, and Kurt Russell is again emotionally abusive. Does not care about her at all. Like until the very end, and when he realizes what she means to his kids, that's when he is suddenly like, oh, she's important, and I think
he cares about her too when he acknowledges that he needs to tell her the truth, but doesn't.
Right,
that's when he starts to care about her, which is why it kind of leads into a confusing scene of him and her having sex. Then he cares about her, but it's like, and obviously the movie was going to get to that point. You know, it was a whole setup, but it's a difficult setup in 2022.
There's no scene of him like waxing like poetic about his dead wife or anything like that. I thought there'd be more moments where like Goldie Hawn was like, "Tell me about a time we had when we were hanging out," and I thought he was gonna tell like an honest story.
Yes,
but it seemed like it was a little made up.
I was absolutely waiting for this moment. I was waiting for like you to hear the tragic part of their lives.
I wanted to like have
and why he becomes a broken person.
That would have made way more sense.
Reflect and like tell a true story about his wife that died.
But he told something about the Heimlich maneuver
in a burger joint.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That should have been the moment where he tells a heartbreaking story, like inserting her for his wife, and then later she realizes, like after she comes back, she realizes that all those stories were like
about the wife
that he lost.
Like you really cared about this,
and
person.
How losing her did devastate him and like emotionally broke him, and that could have been a good piece of this movie, and they like never touch it.
They never touch it. Just glance over with it. She died 3 years ago.
Yeah,
that's all we ever hear about.
They barely even tell you she died. Like,
yeah,
it's like a blink and you miss it line, and I was like, what?
Even the kids don't even like bring it up or talk about it.
No,
even the teacher.
Yeah,
right. Like, is it? Well, she comes in and she's the new mom. But she thinks she's always the mom.
No, she thinks there's a new mom.
She's a new mom because the kids tell her it's a new mom, and she's like, "Oh, you remarried?" You're like, "Yeah, new mom." And
wait, what?
The kids tell her that, and like their family just moved to this town, so no one knows the history or whatever.
The teacher asked the kids, "Who's at your house right now?" And she says, "My mom and dad."
Oh no, sorry.
The kids say like mom's at the house.
I was talking about Goldie Hawn.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
she comes in, and the teacher believes she's the new mom, but Goldie Hawn believes she's always
the mom. You're right.
And that never comes up as a point of confusion.
Yep, I thought that was going to be like one of those tip-off moments.
Yeah, it could have been the moment where that secretary like starts to look into like something, and
because she's already set up as like the antagonist out there, to the busybody that's like exposing everything. But yeah, no, just like it sets it up just so that
could have been a whole plot line of its own, but it ended right there.
You get the cathartic moment where she tells the teacher off about the poison.
It should have been like Coneheads.
Like Michael McKean.
Yeah, it's like she says like not ISS, but child services or whatever.
Yeah,
about like this like lady who's in the house.
Yep, definitely could have been a thing.
It could have been something.
The movie's
could have taken
hour 50 minutes. Instead, we got to do some mini golf stuff.
Yes.
We got to play the mini golf course. We have to have Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn has to design, come up with the idea and do the designs for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was
That's
pretty
when
cool.
he really starts to fall in love with her.
Yes,
too,
when they're doing the cookout.
Sees her as a person.
Yeah.
Can you like get me some
He values her input.
and-
He's like, hold on, that's a good idea, even though my friend says it's stupid. Let's like keep going.
The seven
you're
wonders
on
of the
to
world,
something
mini golf
here.
course.
Yeah, and like is like, hey, I value your creativity here.
Yeah, I thought there could have been a moment too where she was like doing like fashion design on the side and like next to the mini golf things or something like that. Moments where it's like, oh, I'm starting to remember things.
You're right. And there was a moment in that scene when he asked her if she could do some drawings for him. I was like, it would have been cool if they'd like foreshadowed her ability to draw or do design.
Yeah, it's just that she speaks French.
And
That's
you're
what she
right.
gets.
Like if she could, like if she had been sketching like clothes, because her fashion is off the charts in the beginning of this film. Like that's a cool idea of like you could have had her like unconsciously doing these like fashion drawings or something at the house, like, and then it plays into that. It's like, oh yes, it is established.
Or she starts
that
like dressing really nice, or she
good
starts
at
like
that.
seamstressing like because the Kurt Russell's kids get her a bunch of crappy clothes that don't fit.
Yeah.
If there's a moment where she like looks at them and like gets some scissors out and like does up a nice little
makes
thing
her
or
own
something
clothes
like that.
to make them look good. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Could have been a thing.
Yep.
Gary
I think
Marshall.
they were just going with like the juxtaposition of her wearing all of these like clothes that don't fit her, like she's in a situation that doesn't fit her. They never really like decide to take it any further than that, it seemed, with her character. It was just all of like fish out of water moments the entire time.
I did like that when she loses her memory, she is still effectively the same person. It's not like she loses her memory and is now just confused and like being
It's the
nice
same,
or something.
She even has the same like voice.
She still has
the
the
same way of
attitude. She's
talking.
still talking down to everybody. Like it's still
None of that
her
changes.
personality is still there, which I liked with the character.
She does eventually become a little bit soft spoken.
Yes.
but that's kind of it.
And yeah, culminates in when the husband does finally come and retrieve her, and the kids are sad to see her go. And then
I like that scene where she just like walks past him and is like, oh hey Andrew, I'm just gonna go put this down in the house.
Yes.
And then she just continues on. And
Yeah,
then,
they
like,
hold the shot.
Then she comes back.
And they play it just like giving her moment. Like she has all the lines. Kurt Russell is
It
just
was
like,
really a good moment.
There's
because
nothing he can say to
she
make
was
it
like,
better.
Yep.
The doctor said it would all come back to me in an instant.
That is a really good scene. She is so good when doing the I remember everything and like she's like and I'm glad you let me be a mom, and then she like is stopping like the
Why did you do
when the
that?
realization is dawning. It's so good. And then her like I have to get my things and goes in the house and comes back out. She's like I don't have things and like
None of
gets
the
in the
stuff is
car.
mine.
It was great.
And then the
It was
kids
so
are pounding on the
good.
glass.
Oh,
Don't
man.
go.
Really good.
Don't
really
go.
good scene.
Yeah.
And yeah, like his for what it's worth, like thank you, like because that really is all he can say at that point. Like he knows that there's literally nothing else he could say, nothing at all.
No.
It leads into my like one of my more favorite parts, which is now that she's back on the boat,
Yes.
like back in that same lifestyle, but with this changed personality.
Yeah.
And everything feels empty to her.
They're like scrutinizing everything she's doing.
They have a psychologist
as, like,
on the boat to like
What's
watch
up
her,
with that
observe her.
psychologist guy?
Oh, he's just like I
don't like
they're
that.
rich.
Yeah.
So I'll
He's
just like
look,
pretend like
he
I need to be
clearly
here.
wants to
Yacht
be a
psychologist?
songwriter. He tries to demo the song for everybody, and they tell him to knock it off.
He's got some Valiums in his like.
Yep. Classic
Pocket
like
hand
rich guy,
somebody.
like, oh, take a Valium. Here's one of mine. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
very like rich 80s
Or like she
people,
gets up to like pour a drink and they're like, "What are you doing?"
explain.
Like there's someone.
I do love that question he asks, where he's like, explain why you wanted to serve us. Like,
Is it 'cause I got thirsty?
I thought you might be hungry. He's like,
Or I
that's
thought you might be
fantastic
hungry.
because
Oh,
I
that's
was hungry.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, yes, you read a human emotion. Like it is a really great disconnect. in
Not
the
like
next
there was
scene.
a problem there.
Yeah, it's so good.
She learns to be a better person, but Kurt Russell doesn't really.
Nope. Everything works out for him.
Everything works out for him, and he gets the lady at the end.
Including misappropriation of Coast Guard resources.
Including the fact
Ooh.
that she's rich.
Yes,
Yeah, and it's all that
including the
money.
fact that she's rich and he almost drowns when they're like climbing into the boat. He's like, I can't believe you gave it all up for me. And she's like, oh, actually, I didn't. That boat and all the money is mine. We still have that. And he just like passes out and falls back in the water.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty good.
All the kids are like writing stuff. And
They're
she's
writing
like,
out their
what,
Christmas
what
list.
are they doing? It's like,
Yeah.
I told them they're writing out their Christmas list. And then the one kid's like, "How do you spell Porsche?"
And then the ending with the you're so rich. I could never. There's nothing I could ever give you that you don't already have. A daughter.
Sequel, Overboard 2.
Cue the Curbed theme song.
Man, my favorite,
Well, actually, I should say, cue Randy Newman. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he
at
gets
the end.
the Randy Newman.
yeah, he was a credit in the opening. He was in the titles. Song by
yeah.
Randy Newman.
Yep.
But every other song in the movie was just like banjo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we were not wrong that the bulk of this film is montage.
Yep.
One of my favorite lines was from
Probably cut scenes like just like put together as montage.
one of my favorite lines from the kids was like near the end. The
Pee Wee Herman.
the oldest
kid?
boy. When they're like
Travis.
giving reasons why they like her, the oldest kid, and just a very like, I don't know, it's just very like nonchalant. He was just like, because she doesn't take any of my shit.
Yeah.
I need a mom.
Yeah, like,
He does something like
the
that.
kids are good.
Yeah.
The kids are good in this.
So let's talk
Or
about the kids for a
I
second.
need some discipline.
So
this is
Four
what he
of them.
says.
I think we thought there was three.
Two of them are kind of the
There's
same
twins.
kid.
Yeah, the twins.
The one littlest kid does Pee Wee Herman impressions, doesn't know how to read, obsessed with the character Dr. Death.
You're right. We do need to talk
Yeah.
about these guys.
The twins, there's one that wants to be like an actor. He's like a thespian.
Yes.
He almost like tries too hard to like talk to Goldie Hawn.
Yep.
Like to try to put on the ruse.
Or like makes up stories, like to like go with it. Like yeah, he's improving all the time.
The other kid who doesn't really do anything is from Big. He's Bastian's friend in Big,
Right.
the littlest one. Yep. But I don't know what he really does. He doesn't really do anything.
He's the inventor, isn't he?
He invents things.
He's literally they call him like the mad scientist.
There's one
Yeah,
cute
'cause
scene.
There's one scene where she's
he
like,
flushes a
he's-
toilet and then opens a
and
blind.
opens a blind. She's
Well,
like,
there was the other cute scene when Goldie Hawn's finally adjusting and she comes in to get them up for school now that she's used to getting up early to get them up, and like she comes in as the alarm's going off and he's got like a contraption that takes the blankets off of his bed, like it lifts those up for him, like it gets him out of bed. It was fun. It was something I think that was
I get like a
underutilized.
very like Three Ninjas vibe. From
Yes,
all of them.
it kind of was.
And the oldest kid who just masturbates a lot and reads porn magazines.
Yes, he gets a girlfriend.
And gets a girlfriend.
Yeah, try not to get her knocked up.
Which is like, try not to do that.
Yeah, maybe not.
This kid's definitely
Like you're all playing this off like it's a joke.
curious.
Please don't do that.
Right. Like, shut up.
We should have had all the kids at the end use their thing.
Yes.
The little kid has to read a sign or finds like a newspaper article, and then the other guy has to invent something, and then like
invents a way to find
one of
the
them has to
boat.
like thespian talk his way into something.
That's like a whole different ending than what they
It
came
is.
up with.
It is. And I actually really like that because
Instead of Kurt Russell's like, I got some friends who are at the Coast Guard and we're gonna go get them.
not only
It's like,
that,
let's go use these kids to like fool the
Right.
Coast Guard or
not
steal
just
a
that,
boat
but
or
it's like
something.
so
Help
disconnected
get her
because
back.
she has her realization that she actually wants to stay and gets the boat turned around, and then he suddenly has a realization on land that he needs to
That they
get to her boat, but
very-
it seems like they'd been gone for a while.
serendipitous moment.
And
where
so they race
both
to each other.
Thought about that at the same
Yeah,
time.
and I was like, what? Like I understood her thing, and like they turn around, and then she has to like sort of fight with her husband over control of the boat. That was fun, but then it's just like, and then Kurt Russell decided to. His buddy would use his Coast Guard contacts and get on a boat, and then they'd go out there.
Let's get the kids involved.
Yeah, the kids involved way is way better. It makes way more. I'd say
Well,
way
'cause
makes
they-
more sense, but
they
it
stuck with
adds
their
more.
first
It was set
idea.
up, so pay it off.
Yeah,
They stuck with their first idea, which was set up, which is that storyline between the two lovers that drown at sea.
Arturo and
yes.
Katerina.
So that's what they use as their storyline
You're right.
instead.
But yeah, totally agree with Brad. That's the way to rewrite
yeah,
this.
it would have been better. It would have.
That's one of the few
family,
things you
which
need to
is the
rewrite in
idea.
this one.
Well, because Brad's idea involves the family, whereas their ending just involves the two,
The two
of
of
them.
them. You're right, and it
to
should be about the
honest.
family. Totally right.
And then it ends with her going like, "Give me a daughter." Well, that's about the family. So
Back
if
to
you
the
had
family.
the whole
Yeah.
family involved in the ending, it would have made a lot more sense.
Yep, totally. Like it. Great idea. Brad, you should
Garden
do this
Marshall,
for a
give me
living.
call.
Gotta
Give me. I should just
tie that
let me
bow
just
all
fix your
together.
scripts. Just send them to me. I'll fix them. Tie it up.
I would say the remake.
I tried to watch it and it was hard.
It's terrible.
So I stopped.
Made a lot of money though. Made like 90 million back on a 15 million budget or something.
Did you feel like it was made to make money and that it was like a lot of the movie was in Spanish? So it was like trying to get an audience, like a certain like
They went
catering.
overboard.
It was
catering to a certain
the remake
Did
was
they go
clearly
overboard?
designed to be
clientele
a
of-
cheap return like movie, like where they're like, we can make this for cheap, and you
Was
know
it in
enough
Mexico
people will
or
see this that
cruise
will
or-
make our money back for sure, and they did. That was exactly what that was. It was We can churn this out.
I
quick
didn't
and-
watch it long enough to know your answers, but I did see that she has a really nice house in it.
She's the rich one in that one. They flipped the roles around.
No,
You're right. You're wrong. They flipped the roles around, which is why I'm wrong. I'm telling you both things.
But like, she doesn't have like a crappy life or a crappy
She's just
house.
a single mom.
Yeah, she's a
I
single
thought
mom.
Andy's
That's
version
it.
would be like she has a
They're
really
both rich. And
she has a big house,
we're
and then he
talking.
just got a little canoe. He's like, I fell overboard.
They like mix this movie with like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's the rugged outdoors guy, but also loses his memory and like
fell overboard,
The rich lady like kidnaps him.
Now you're going to the old Greg sketch. That's what happens in the old.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I've heard of it many times.
Man, it was a fun one to rewatch, but yowzas, there are a lot to unpack in that.
Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell didn't meet on this movie. It was a previous movie. They had already been married when they were shooting this.
Well, they did
a movie 3 years before this together. I forget what it was
They did a
called.
movie in the 70s together for Disney.
Oh, that could be.
I think
That could be.
There was where did I watch that talked about that?
Yeah,
but they had been going for a while. They didn't meet on this movie. They met before this movie.
Yeah, they were good together.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn was definitely the star of the film.
Oh, it's her film, and maybe Kurt Russell even understood that. And was like, I'm gonna take a step
You might
back.
be right there. Yeah,
I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna be the leading lady of the film.
Yeah.
She can be the leading man.
There you go.
Thank you for joining us for that episode and every episode that you do. The next movie we're doing has the tagline, The Adventure of a Lifetime, The Summer of Their Dreams, The Dog of Their Nightmares. We remember The Sandlot.
I know you're smart and I'm proud of you. I want you to make some friends this summer.
Meet Scotty Smalls.
Kale, get it! The kid is a L7 weenie. My life's over.
Man, this is baseball. You gotta stop thinking. You just have fun.
Climb trees, hop fences, get into trouble.
Just stand there and stick your glove out in the air. I'll take care of it.
Now he's in
Yeah! All right!
with the coolest guys in the neighborhood. They've got the look.
Wendy Peppercorn. Wow. Hey, girls.
They've got the moves. They've got the rap.
Blockhead. Geek. Jerk. Idiot. Moron. You bob for apples in the toilet. And you like it. You play ball like a girl.
I got it!
Oh, no.
But something else has got their ball.
That wasn't my ball.
Dad's father gave it to him. Babe Ruth signed that ball.
Babe Ruth! We gotta get that ball back.
Got any bright ideas?
Initiate retrieval section number 1. Power connect. Come on, homie, it's heavy. Now. Fire! We gotta blow! There he is! Mommy, look, a doggy. Ooh, a big doggy.
20th Century Fox presents
Hey guys, it's the Sandlot babies!
You're the ones that making all that racket.
A Lifetime of Adventure.
Come on, Squid, you can do it! Pull through, bud! You little pervert!
The Sandlot. A little piece of paradise, a half a block wide, and a whole season long.
Scotty, have you made any friends yet?